Hello, second grade. This is Miss Kaylee here. I want to start off by letting you guys know you all did a really nice job on your pattern sea turtle project. I was really happy to see how they all came out and how you guys were all able to complete it. So I was really excited and wanted to give you guys a little shout out for your awesome work. Our next project that we're going to be jumping into is going to be all about symmetry. So some of you might know what that word symmetry means. If not, I'm going to quickly kind of explain it so that way you have some background knowledge, excuse me. So if you take a look at the screen right here, there are all of these different kind of pictures, images, shapes that have this dashed line going through them. That dashed line going through them is called the line of symmetry. And so if you take a look on either side of that line of symmetry, it looks the exact same. That means that this object is symmetrical, okay? If we take a look over here, if we take a look at this rabbit, if we were to draw a line through the middle, you can see that this side is a little bit different than this side. There's a head with the bunny ears on this side. There's an open space in the tail on this side. So it is not the same on both sides. So we would call that asymmetrical. Something to help you remember each is symmetrical. It means the same. So symmetrical starts with the letter S. The word same starts with the letter S. Asymmetrical is not the same, okay? And then the last thing I have here is just some pictures of artwork that some are symmetrical, same on both sides, and some are asymmetrical. So if you want, you can kind of pause this and try to look and figure out on your own what you think is symmetrical versus asymmetrical, okay? So jumping into our project, we are going to be making something that is symmetrical, same on both sides. So we are going to be making a panda. So what you'll need for this step today is just a blank piece of paper and a pencil. So you can see I'm writing my name in the class code because I like to still remember to do that for when we're back in school. And then to make it kind of easier, so that way I can see where that line of symmetry is on my paper, I'm going to fold my paper in half the long way. So I'm taking my paper, I'm folding in half vertical, up and down. Some people, you might have heard them say that you fold it hot dog bun style because it's a long, kind of skinny fold. And then you can see I have one side on each of this line of symmetry through the middle, okay? So then your next thing is that you are going to start to draw a panda. If you want to look on Google or if you know what a panda is, then you can just draw kind of your own, or you can kind of follow along and pause the video as I draw mine. So I'm going to pause it here for a second. If you are choosing to draw your own, or even if you are following along with me, I want you to remember to draw big, okay? A lot of you do draw big, which is awesome, but then there's also some times that you start to draw something and then you get too far into it and you realize that you drew kind of different proportions of your maybe it's an animal or creature or whatever it is, and it's too small. We don't want this tiny little small animal just floating around in the middle of our paper. We want it to be big and to fill the space, okay? So I'm starting by drawing a kind of sideways oval. I'm trying to make it look the same on both sides of this line of symmetry. You can see I kind of go back and erase things. But so first we need kind of sideways oval. Then we're drawing two kind of like half circles, almost like little rainbow shapes, lines that are the ears. Next, we're going to draw kind of a oval body. And you can see I erase things because I like to adjust it and go back and try to make it as best as possible. There's nothing wrong with adjusting your artwork, okay? And then you can decide for the arms and legs what you want to do. If you want to have your panda arms going up in the air, down to the side. In a second, I'm going to draw mine. And I'm drawing them kind of just going down and resting on the side, but also in the belly area. So I will have to go back and erase this line that's showing in the middle, which is totally fine. And you'll see I go back now and I erase it. So that way the arms look like they're on top. And then we're going to do the legs. Again, you can kind of create your legs however you want. I just had mine kind of go out to the side, and then I go back and I erase the sides. Okay. And then the eyes. This is the tricky part. Pandas kind of have this big black oval shape, almost like an avocado, if you know what an avocado is. And so I'm trying my best to kind of have them be matched. They kind of tilt in a little bit towards the middle. So I have those two shapes, and then I'm going to draw two circles for the eyes. I am going to go back and do more detail, but I'm going to switch to the nose. When you're doing the nose, you can decide kind of what shape you want. I just did kind of like a rounded triangle shape. And then for the mouth, I did kind of like a cat mouth where it kind of goes down and up. But maybe you draw your mouth open. Maybe it has a tongue sticking out. Maybe it's just a smiley face. You can decide what you want to do. And then in a second, I'm going to start to draw my eyes. And I always tell you guys, you can draw yours however you want. I draw a little circle inside my circle, kind of more towards the top, and it's almost cut off. So once my hand's out of the way, you'll be able to see. And then I'm going to draw two more circles within there, okay? So you won't be able to see into the very end, but I draw two circles and then I shade in everything black, except for those two little circles. So at the end, it looks like this, okay? You can do that if you want to, or you can choose a different option. I added a little bit of eyelashes just to give it a little bit pizzazz. And then you can kind of keep adding things if you want. I just kind of kept mine simple. If you want to add maybe like a bow tie, something on its head, maybe a hat, crown, bows, just if you are adding anything extra, remember that it should look the same on both sides of this line of symmetry. So if you do like a bow tie, that would work pretty well because it should have the bow tie going on both sides of this line of symmetry. If you do like bows in the hair or up on the ears, if you do one on this side, you should do the other one on this side. If you do like a baseball cap, it should kind of work on both sides. All right. I just want to remind you guys that you do not need to send me a picture of this step, that it's going to be an optional thing until the very end, that you don't need to send me one until the very end of the project. Although, of course, if you do want to send me one, I would love to see it because I love receiving emails your work. So yeah, it's an optional thing. I cannot wait to see how these come out. I hope you guys have a lot of fun with this, and I will chat with you in the next video. All right, bye.